Welcome to the ultimate nostalgia trip down video game memory lane. Today, we're diving into the best-selling video games of the 90s. It was a decade of big hair, neon colors, and some seriously addictive games. We're going to take you on a journey through time. Starting with 1990s champion, Super Mario World. Ah, the good old days of playing as a pudgy Italian plumber, hopping on turtles and collecting coins. With over 20 million copies sold, it's no wonder this game became a household name. Moving on to 1991, we have Sonic the Hedgehog, the blue blur that gave Mario a run for his money. With over 15 million copies sold, Sonic was the cool kid on the block, speeding through loops and battling Drive Robotnik. 1992 brought us Mortal Kombat, the fighting game that had parents everywhere clutching their pearls. With its graphic violence and iconic, finish him moves, Mortal Kombat was a smash hit, selling over 3 million copies. Moving on to 1993, and we have Doom. This first-person shooter revolutionized the genre and sold over 2 million copies, all while causing controversy over its violent content. And at a price of $69.99, it definitely wasn't for the faint of heart or wallet. 1994 brought us a new kind of game with Donkey Kong Country. With its innovative use of pre-rendered graphics and catchy soundtrack, it sold over 9 million copies and gave us a new hero in the form of Diddy Kong. And at a price of $59.99, it was a steal. In 1995, the console wars were in full swing, and the winner was Sony with their PlayStation. And what game helped them claim the crown? None other than the now iconic game, Resident Evil. It sold over 2 million copies and scared the pants off gamers everywhere. And at a price of $69.99, it was worth every penny for those heart-stopping moments. In 1996, Lara Croft made her debut in Tomb Raider. With over 7 million copies sold and a price tag of $79.99, gamers everywhere were eager to join her on her adventures. And let's face it, who wouldn't want to be a badass treasure hunter with a British accent? But even with this success, it couldn't compete with 1996's top-selling game was Super Mario 64, a groundbreaking game that revolutionized 3D gaming. With over 11 million copies sold, it's safe to say that Mario was still reigning supreme. In 1997, it was all about Final Fantasy VII. This epic role-playing game sold over 10 million copies and gave us some of the most memorable characters in gaming history. And at a price of $99.99, it was a small price to pay for a chance to save the world. Closely followed by 1997's Gran Turismo, the game that had us all pretending we were professional race car drivers. With its realistic graphics and physics, Gran Turismo sold over 10 million copies. In 1998, the world was introduced to Half-Life. With its revolutionary storytelling and immersive gameplay, it sold over 9 million copies and became a classic. And at a price of $79.99, it was a bargain for a game that offered so much. Also, a special mention, to The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, the game that had us all glued to our N64s. With its immersive world and epic storyline, Ocarina of Time sold over 7 million copies. Finally, we have 1999's top-selling game, which was none other than Pokémon Red and Blue. With over 31 million copies sold, this game had us all trying to catch 'em all and battling our friends in epic Pokémon battles. So there you have it, folks, the top-selling video games of the 90s. With their catchy soundtracks, iconic characters, and groundbreaking gameplay, it's no wonder these games are still remembered and loved today. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I need to dust off my old Nintendo console and relive some of these classics. Happy gaming!